What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be doing my weekly character spotlight video for today. This one is going to be doing a Glenn Rhee character spotlight. So, this one was suggested by Epic Zombie Killer. Of course, he has suggested a few of the character spotlight videos in the last month or so. So, of course, go ahead and check out his channel. He's been a subscriber for quite a long time now. So, yeah, definitely want to give him a shout out in this video. So, let's give our thoughts on the one and only Glenn Rhee from The Walking Dead. So, of course, tomorrow night we're going to have the new episode of Walking Dead, so I will do a video before the episode actually comes out, and you know, we'll kind of get hyped for it and all that kind of stuff. So, very excited for Omega tomorrow night. Very excited to see what they have for us this weekend for Walking Dead and, you know, just the usual stuff. So, really, really cool stuff. So, basically, in this video, I want to talk about Glenn, of course, because this is our weekly character spotlight video. Next week, though, I actually got a suggestion, so I will go ahead and do this one because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to forget it. Next week, I'm going to be doing a Andrea character spotlight. It's already been decided. So next week, look out for a Andrea character spotlight from The Walking Dead. But I'm only doing that because I got two character spotlight suggestions this week. So, you know, I picked the one first, and then, you know, I'll do Andrea next week. So really cool stuff. But Glenn Rhee from The Walking Dead. Okay, so the iconic, so I mean, we have to start with season 1, of course. So of course the iconic, you know, you in the tank, you cozy in there, you know. So basically Rick gets out, of course, and they meet, and of course Glenn is part of this other camp. And I really like too how they Glenn kind of introduces Rick to everybody, and then of course they immediately have to go out and try their best to get out of the city. So of course they have a little bit of a scuffle with Merle, which is really exciting. And yeah, and I'm gonna take orders from you? No, I don't think so, bro. You know, and yeah, Merle just being awesome as usual. So they put on the guts, of course, and Glenn and Rick go out. And I really like, too, where, you know, it starts raining when they're out there, and he's just like, the smell's washing off, isn't it? And he's just like, no. And then the zombie kind of comes up closer, and he's like, well, maybe a little bit. And then he kills the one, and then they both, like, run. And the zombies are fast at this point. Like, they run. So they had to just get the heck out of there, basically. So throughout the first season, I really do like Glenn's character. He's kind of the probably one of the, you know, the main characters in the first season. You know, a lot of people would like Glenn right off the bat. Season 2, of course, when they finally wound up on the farm, we get to see him and Maggie kind of start their relationship. And, you know, she's kind of mad at him because of him telling them about the walkers in the barn. And you have other stuff like this, like him getting the stuff for Lori, going out on a run with Maggie and stuff. You have the walker that almost gets Maggie, and the relationship kind of goes through this season. So I do like the stuff, too, with Glenn, Rick, and Hershel in the bar, and kind of how he thought of Maggie or whatever at one point. So that was cool, too. And we get to see a lot of Glenn in Season 2. Mainly him and Maggie, though. That's the main thing with Glenn in the second season. So, Season 3, I feel like, is when you really start to get, you know, become a tougher character in the show. You know, I feel like at this point, he's one of the main characters, one of the best characters. So, of course, you know, they clear the prison, and Glenn and, you know, Maggie, you know, they get married. Well, not married, but, you know, he kind of asks her, and she says yes. I remember at that point in that Season 2. So, of course, they get captured by Merle, too, in this season, which I would say is the biggest part of Glenn's storyline in Season 3, where I love the part where he's in the room, and the chair, like, he gets up, and the chair's, like, still stuck to him, right? And he has to, like, fight off this zombie. And, I mean, man, he really did a good job there. So, gotta give it to Glenn. He did a great job. So, you know, of course, we have that, of course, and him and Maggie are kind of upset because they couldn't protect each other. And, you know, I like that stuff, but I do like when Glenn kind of, you know, he goes on a rampage, and he's on a warpath, as Hershel says, and he's out there trying to find the governor, and I like that stuff. That was cool. So, we have the mid-season finale where they save Glenn and Maggie, and like I said, the stuff where she says yes when he asks her to, you know, to marry her, and, you know, it's cool. It's cool stuff. So, then, of course, in Season 4, they do get separated after the prison storyline, and, of course, they're looking for each other, and finally, near the end of the season, they actually do find each other, and they go towards Terminus, which is another good thing as well. Now, there was a lot of episodes around that time where the majority of the episodes about Glenn trying to find Maggie, or Maggie trying to find Glenn. It went on a bit long, if I have to be honest. I liked the second half of Season 4, but that went on a bit too long, just for my liking, personally. So then, Season 5 rolls on. We have Glenn and Maggie who decide to go with Abraham's group to DC, and of course find out pretty quickly that Eugene is lying, right? So we have the whole Graydon thing with Tara, of course, and, you know, they head back to the church, and, of course, Maggie loses Beth. So I really do like Glenn at this time, because this is when, of course, Glenn, you know, kind of, I almost feel like in Season 5, this is when Glenn starts to have his close call deaths, you know? You remember in The Distance where he's firing off a gun in the woods, and the stupid zombie comes up behind him? That's the first one, okay? We're gonna name these off. So, that's his first close call, okay? Then in the Season 5 finale, he has all that stuff with Noah. Noah gets killed, and then, of course, Glenn goes out into the woods and gets shot, and almost gets killed by Nicholas. That's 2. So, then, of course, in Season 6, they go through, of course, now, Season 6 is a huge season for Glenn. It's his last season, basically. He's only in Season 7 for his death, basically. He didn't even get any lines in Season 7, basically, except for his death scene, you know? Now, I don't really like the thank you stuff, but that does bring me to the third close call death. Oh, and there was the one at Terminus, too, where he almost gets hit with the bat. So that's 4. And then there's the stuff with him and Enid trying to save Maggie once he actually finally gets out of the whole dumpster thing. And, that dumpster thing, that was crazy. With Nicholas. Yeah, no, really crazy. Now, I hated how they had it go on for a few weeks, and then he tries to save Maggie, and he almost gets killed. He almost gets just devoured by all the zombies, and then Abraham and Sasha come in. So, that is 5, the guy tries to hit him with the bat at Terminus like twice, I think. So that's 6 times that Glenn almost gets killed. And I might be missing a few, to be honest, but just insane, man. And then 7, I guess you could count, is his actual death. So, yeah, you know, 7 times the charm, I guess you could say, for Glenn. So, we have, of course, the Saviors coming in, Glenn forced to kill his first group of people, you know, him and Heath kind of having a problem with that, and, of course, we get the death of Glenn in the lineup, and they get captured by Dwight and all that stuff, and then, basically, that's what leads him to his death. So, I really enjoy his character throughout the whole series. I really like Glenn's character. I find him, you know, interesting. I find him funny at times. I find him like a really tough character. One of the best characters and one of the most missed characters in the series is what I'll say about Glenn, for sure. So, write your comments in that comment section below. Next week, Andrea character spotlight. But if you have any other suggestions for any others coming up in the next few weeks, just write that down in the comment section below. That's all you have to do. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments below. Are you excited for Omega? Tomorrow night, we'll do one more video before that episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.